Hi everybody, my name is Spike Brave, and in this tutorial I'd like to give you a detailed look at how to apply a pattern to your BattleMech. As you can see, I'm in the Mech Lab, so Mech Lab and then Camo Spec section. So this will allow me to apply some patterns. Now by default your warehouse will open up and have patterns selected. If you've been doing other things, just click on patterns to get back here. And first of all, let's talk about the pattern pop-up right here. This lets us know what pattern we have selected. In the center, on the bottom left, it lets us reset to the last save pattern, and of course we can restore to default. Let's show you how to use that. So if I click on restore to default, you can see that my wolfhound turns back to being noob green and no pattern applied. If I click on reset to last saved, we come back to the Davian wolfhound pattern. So across the top here we have some filters. We can say all our patterns. We can say only the patterns that we own. So this shows me the patterns that I own for this particular BattleMech. And of course we can also pick the patterns that are on sale. So now that we've looked at these filters, let's look at this filter right here. This is probably one of the more important filters, and it is a little confusing to new players how it works. Actually, if you don't know how it works, it's completely arcane. So unlockable means that you will unlock it for every mech of this chassis. So if I were to purchase any of these patterns, so let's pick Dazzle right now. If I were to pick Dazzle and put on this BattleMech and purchase it, because I've purchased it with the unlockable selection selected, it will be available to all my wolfhounds. If I pick one shot, we'll see some things change. Number one, it's way cheaper, and it will only apply to this particular variant. So in this case, it would be the Wolfhound WLF1 BattleMech only. So that's what filter, or not filter, but unlockable and one shot means. Unlockable means all BattleMechs of this chassis. That's very important. Some people misunderstand that to mean all BattleMechs. No, it's just BattleMechs of this chassis. So if you wanted Dazzle on every BattleMech you'd have to unlock it several times for each of your chassis. So let's say you own Wolfhounds, Awesomes, and Maulers, you'd have to purchase it as an unlockable 3 times. That is how that works, and then one shot is always just for the current BattleMech. So that's how those work. You'll see your cart control change as you purchase stuff. Couple things about patterns. If you're out here and you don't see any patterns available, it's because you've selected a BattleMech that cannot apply another pattern. The one that comes to mind most frequently for that, or not the one, but the type of BattleMech, are the hero mechs. They have a locked pattern, you can't change it. Some of the specialty mechs that you get for rewards, such as loyalty mechs, sometimes do, sometimes they don't, and the same goes for the BattleMechs in the packs. So if you purchased a Resistance 2-pack to get Wolfhounds, in this case you can apply whatever pattern you want. In the Phoenix pack you couldn't, so keep that in mind. Not every BattleMech can accept a pattern, so if you're not seeing any patterns out here, there's nothing wrong, there's nothing broken, it's expected, but you may not know that, so keep that in mind. As I said, the most common one that I see people saying, hey, I can't change my pattern on, are the hero mechs after they purchase them. That's part of the deal. The hero mech, it comes with a unique pattern, so they assume you don't want to change that. So it's been a talk about some of the gotchas about getting those patterns. So let's take a look and see what happens as we interact with the drop down here. Or I shouldn't say drop down, but the accordion selection. So it's lets us know that it's a camo pattern. It has an icon that is representative of the pattern, the name of the pattern, so Dazzle Wolfhound, and then the price in MC. If we come over to owned, we'll see the price change. Well, not the price change, but it changes to an icon that lets us know that it's unlocked. It won't cost us anything to apply it. So let's apply a pattern. There's 2 ways we can do this. And we'll also talk a little bit about how the interface handles that. So if you're pointing at a pattern, you can see that it turns the selection area blue, and it gives us a preview of how it looks. So I can look at the blood-packed Wolfhound pattern, I can look at my camo pattern for Davian, so on and so forth. As I touch these, it'll change. Now if I want to select one, there's 2 ways to do it. I can double click, so we'll take the Russell Hog pattern and we'll double click it, and we'll see that this changed to selected pattern, or change the selected pattern icon to what I just double clicked. Now you can also do that by dragging it over. So if I click on it and then I can drag it over and I can put it into the selected area and it applies it as well. So if I wanted to go back, I can go to reset to last saved, or I can always go back to restore to default. That's how those work. And finally, let's show you how it works when we change it. So if it's something that you own, you drag it over, it applies the change, you hit save, lets you know your configuration has changed. Do you want to save? You hit OK. Now we're ready to go. My BattleMech will look like this when I drop into a match. Now if we're looking to purchase one, same kind of deal. Put it on there, changes the pattern box just slightly, lets us know that we're going to spend 750 MC. If we hit save, we get the same message, but also lets us know how much we're spending. It will charge us 750 MC for this. I'm going to hit cancel because I do not like that pattern. I just wanted to show you how to make it work. We'll go to last saved, and actually I want to take him back to Davian, so we'll put that in there. We'll hit save again, and that's pretty much all there is to selecting a pattern for your BattleMech. Now, I do want to point out to our newer players or people who haven't painted their BattleMechs yet that all patterns are behind a paywall. If you come out here and apply a pattern to your BattleMech, it will always cost you MC. Now, some mechs, as I said, do come with patterns, but generally those mechs are only available for real world money. So if you buy a hero mech, it does come with a pattern, but you had to buy the hero mech. So keep that in mind. Patterns are not free. Really doesn't have a large impact on gameplay. You can pretty much color your BattleMech in the color section. We'll do another tutorial for that though. But it is behind a paywall. I just want to make everybody very aware of that because this is a free-to-play game, and I don't want anybody being caught by surprise when they have to pay real-world money for stuff. This has been a look at the patterns, all the gotchas, all the things that you can do in here. As always, if you have a question, comment, or would like to see a different tutorial, please leave me a note in the comments below. I'll address the comment or question as appropriate. And as always, have great luck on the battlefield. Thanks for watching.